Hey everyone, it's Jack and welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'll be doing a walkthrough and kind of deep dive and review into a nutritional health company. This is a company that already has its products in nearly 20,000 stores in North America, including the likes of CVS, Walgreens, as well as Shoppers Drug Mart and Rexall. So this is a nutritional health company that already has its products in the biggest brand name drugstores in North America. Not to mention that the company is also currently trading at a 33% discount from the last round of financing, which is basically saying that this stock is currently trading at a value 33% below where millionaire accredited investors bought in. And on top of all that, this company has undergone over 15 years of research and clinical studies into their products and has already sunk over $20 million into the actual R&D behind their brand. So the company in question is Element Nutritional Sciences, and today we'll be diving into the actual background of the company. What is their business model and what are their products? What do they have going for them and where does the future hold? We'll also be diving into the management and leadership team because they have a really interesting background and they have some prior experiences helping to lead similar companies successfully in the past. Well, first, before we dive into all of that, where can you find Element Nutritional Sciences on the actual stock exchanges? Well, here in Canada, you can find them under the ticker symbol ELMT. And if you're down south in the United States, you can find this one on the OTC markets under the ticker symbol ELNSF. And just briefly, before we get any further into this video, I do want to quickly disclaimer that this is a sponsored video on behalf of Element Nutritional Sciences. They reached out to me and I thought this was a really interesting one to bring to all of you as my audience. So this is a sponsored video and I currently do not own any shares in this company. But with that being said, let's now dive into the review and analysis of Element Nutritional Sciences. So before all else, before getting into the business model and product of this company, let's actually first look at the actual stock price. So Element Nutritional Sciences in Canada trades under the ticker symbol ELMT and it trades at 39 cents Canadian. And as you can see, last Friday, it dropped 11%. So it had quite a hefty drop on Friday. But again, we'll get into the stock trends and charts later. So we'll save this for later. And it currently trades at a market cap of $37 million Canadian. So this is a micro cap stock. And in the US, this one trades under the ticker symbol ELNSF. And it currently trades around 34 cents Canadian with a market cap of $32 million US. So now diving into the company's background and business model, let's first start it off with their mission. So their mission states that in their investor deck is to employ plant-based technology along with research-based nutritional science to deliver high-value products to our customers, allowing them to live life to the fullest. So really the three key pillars from that statement that I took is plant-based technology, research-based science, and high-value product. I also really like this next slide in their corporate presentation. It really highlights a lot of the key things that Element Nutritional Sciences has going for them right now in today's market. So right off the bat, they have their flagship product, which is Rejuvenate, which you can see in the bottom corner there. This is a proven product to improve muscle health, help prevent muscle loss, and help the body build lean muscle. They've done tons of clinical studies on this, and they actually have the scientific proof through these studies, which is awesome. Next on the list, they have purchase orders and shelf space in some of the top US and Canadian retailers that I mentioned early on in this video, and over 16,000 store locations currently hold their product. Not only this, but their product is actually patented, patent protected, so they actually have the scientific proof and then they have the patents to go with it so that no one can copy their product. And then finally, these last two bullets on the screen are actually what I think are probably the most important two on the screen. The actual fact that they have 25 peer-reviewed clinical studies and over $20 million in investment has been put into this company over the past 17 to 18 years to actually help develop their product. The actual research and development that has gone into it has been a journey of over 17 years and $20 million. So this is a company that is really de-risked because it has so much research and science behind their actual product. So they have their flagship product, Rejuvenate, which helps build muscle health, but they also have a product innovation pipeline where they're focusing on their key product, Rejuvenate, but they're also building out and starting to think of other markets that they can tap into with their science and research that they've already done. And it should really come as no surprise that Element Nutritional Sciences and their Rejuvenate product really is kind of the perfect blend of two really fast growing sectors. So you have the plant-based as well as the kind of nutritional and health sciences. So you kind of have both of these sectors coming together in the form of Rejuvenate, because it's a health beverage, but it's also a plant-based beverage as well. And we've already seen some crazy deals over the past year or so in this kind of either sports beverage or health beverage space. So such Body Armor being acquired by Coca-Cola for billions of dollars. So the company's business model really revolves around, again, their cornerstone product, Rejuvenate, which is their muscle health beverage. And quickly, you can kind of see the benefits of this beverage. And again, has $20 million of research and R&D into it. So it has 15 grams of plant proteins. It's patent clinically proven formula, no artificial sweeteners or artificial colors. It's only 100 calories per serving. It's sugar-free, gluten-free, and dairy-free, and it's also one of the first movers in the market. When you compare this to their actual peers, you can see that for a larger serving size in Rejuvenate's product compared to smaller serving sizes of the others, they're actually healthier in every single category. So it really stands out above the rest as the key winner in the space. And that's really why all these retailers are really starting to buy more and more purchase orders. And to now look at some of the science and stats that have come out of their 25 clinical studies, you can see that their main staple on the screen is that patients who took their Rejuvenate beverage saw an 800% increase in their strength while recovering from surgeries. And we'll now just go left to right across some of these kind of charts that we see on screen. The first one being muscle gain and loss with rest versus exercise versus rest plus the Rejuvenate beverage and exercise plus the Rejuvenate beverage. So you can see that rest alone just actually causes a loss in muscle, whereas rest with Rejuvenate sees an almost 15% increase in the actual muscle gain. And then with exercise and Rejuvenate, we actually see a 30% gain in muscle. And then the other two charts also kind of just show the same picture, that when you use the Rejuvenate health beverage, it actually has the results that it's intended to. And I know I've already mentioned this a couple times, but I can't stress it enough, the actual reach that this company already has in the early stages. Expanding the company's retail distribution has been one of the priorities of the actual management and leadership team over the past few months and quarters. This has been their main focus, and it's really starting to pay off with more and more purchase orders across Amazon, CVS, Walgreens, Sam's Club, which is owned by Walmart, and also into Canadian stores such as Loblaws, Metro, Shoppers Drug Mart, and Rexall. So not only do they have the top drugstores, but they're also expanding into actual grocery stores through Loblaws, Metro, as well as Sam's Club, which again is owned by Walmart. And the breakdown of the stores, as you can see on screen, is that over 6,000 of the stores are CVS's, over 8,000 are Walgreens, and then they're just currently expanding into Canada. That's been the latest of the stages, and the company is now moving aggressively into Canada. Taking a look at the management and leadership team, and starting off with the founder of the company, his name is Stuart Lowther, and he has quite a significant background in the space. He was former founder of Life Science Nutritionals, which he sold for $40 million, successfully building it up and selling it for a profit. He was also in charge of international sales at Jameson Laboratories, where he helped grow revenue by 14x, which he then sold the company at $320 million valuation, and it's currently valued at $1.4 billion. And his third successful stint was at Iovate Health Sciences, where he grew the business from $40 million in revenue to over $200 million, and it recently sold at a $1 billion valuation. So you can kind of see he has a great expertise in this space, helping to found or lead these companies into successful sales. Stuart is also the current CEO of the company, so he is still in charge, not only the founder, and he actually owns around 20% of the current outstanding shares. So he has major skin in the game when it comes to actually owning a piece of the company, which is always good to see, because you love to have the founder and CEO be heavily invested, because when they're so invested in the company, they want to see it succeed. It's in their best interest for the stock price and company as a whole to continue to grow over the coming years. And if we take a look at the rest of the management team and leadership team, what really sticks out to me that almost every single person on their management team has over 20 years of experience in this space, either in very similar companies that really span both the beverage space and the kind of health and nutritional space, kind of that perfect blend that fits exactly what Element Nutritional Sciences is trying to achieve with their products. So circling back to the actual stock price and how the stock has been trading over the past few months to year, well, it currently trades again at 34 cents American. And if we go to the Canadian ticker, it currently trades at 39 cents Canadian. And we'll actually look at the Canadian stock chart here because it's only been trading on the US markets on the OTC for a few months. So there's not as much stock data and not as much analysis to be able to be done. But if we look at the Canadian chart, we can actually see that over the past year, it actually began trading and went public in late May of 2021 at around 80 cents Canadian. Compare that to the current price of 39 cents Canadian. That's an over 50% drop since May 2021. So in my eyes, this company went public at a very inopportune time in the markets because really in April, May, and June, that's when we started to see a huge sell-off in terms of kind of higher risk growth stocks across the board. A lot of them had been going up and up and up in early 2021. And then kind of April, May, we started to see a lot of them sell off, and a fair amount of high growth stocks like Element Nutritional Sciences have sold off around 50% since then. So definitely poor timing on the IPO, and when they hit the markets, there was definitely kind of negative sentiment towards growth stocks as well as kind of plant-based stocks. A lot of people thought they were kind of overhyped. But what I really like about Element Nutritional Sciences is that over the past 2 to 3 months, so since November and now we're in late January, we can see that the stock price has really steadied off. It's actually started to increase a little bit. It was down around 31 cents Canadian. It's now slowly risen up to 39 cents. So it is starting to move back in that upwards direction, kind of breaking that downwards trend and cycle. And now to focus on something that I mentioned on the intro of my video, the fact that the last capital raise that Element Nutritional Sciences did was actually at a value of 60 cents per share Canadian. So the company actually raised $5 million in around June of 2021, and it actually raised $5 million by offering new shares to Canaccord Genuity. And if you don't know who this is actually one of the largest investment banking companies here in Canada. This is a company that does a lot of financing of these kind of smaller growth stocks and invests in them in the early stages. So this is a very well-established and well-known company. It's one of the largest ones here in Canada. So this is a company that actually went and did its research and invested into Element Nutritional Sciences at a price of 60 cents per share Canadian. So again, comparing that to the current price of the stock, it's currently trading down 33% from that 60 cent price point and down 50% from that 80 cent point where it went public. So the stock is trading at a very big discount to where actual accredited investors and investment banking firms bought in, which is just one thing that kind of shows the upside in the fact that these people that did lots of research had faith in the company at 60 cents and it's currently trading at 40 cents. So there you have it. There is the review and analysis of Element Nutritional Sciences. We really dove into the background of the company and what it is they do. We looked at their main product, which is Rejuvenate Beverage. It's a health and muscle building beverage that has had clinical studies show and prove that it actually does work. And the science and clinical studies behind the beverage is truly being backed up by companies purchasing more and more purchase orders for the actual beverages to stock their shelves, such as companies like CVS, Walgreens, and here in Canada, Shoppers Drug Mart and Rexall. So really the biggest name brands in terms of drugstores where they sell kind of health and beverages and products. What I also like about this one and want to point out again to recap is that the founder currently owns 20% of the company. So he's heavily invested into this company. It's kind of like his baby. He wants to see it succeed and he probably will not stop until it does so. So it's always a good thing to have the founder and the person who started the company kind of in your corner for the company, pushing it forward. That's always a good sign. That's my review and analysis on Element Nutritional Sciences. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Lots more videos and content coming your way. I'll see ya in the next one.